California woman brags about getting her full benefit amount of EBT for the month of November.
And I bet you your kids want to come to my house.
Oh, I've been so down and under pressure. I'm way too fine to be distressed, yeah. Oh, I'm not the girl I was or used to be. Bitch, I might be better. Turn up the music, turn down the lights. I got a feeling I'm gonna be alright, okay. Alright, it's about damn time. Turn up the music, let's celebrate. I got a feeling I'm gonna be okay, okay. Alright, it's about damn time. In a minute, I'ma need a sentimental man or woman to pump me up. Feeling fussy, walking in my Balenciennes, trying to bring out the fabulous. Cause I give a fuck, way too much. I'ma need like 2 shots in my cup. Wanna get up, wanna get down.
What happens when you get your EBT back? Look, EBT, 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 EBT. Y'all, I'm so hyped. I got my EBT back. Got that EBT. EBT. Got that EBT. EBT. Got that EBT. EBT. Where the kids? Come out. Got that EBT. I think we need an adult. Say we got EBT. That's right. Carry that shit. Carry that shit, motherfucker. Don't have a heart attack. Carry that. Oh, I seen the print. Y'all heard that, y'all? We got our EBT. We gonna eat better today. We gonna eat better today. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. We got our benefits today. But I heard they was gonna start swiping our cards and swiping the money and taking the money back. So as soon as it deposited into my card, I made sure I ran out that house so fast to go do a big compra. Thanks to my homegirl. She took me to BJ's. So we stocked up. We never stocked up like this before. But I made sure I took whatever I could off the card before they take that back. Because the Lord only knew that we needed food. So I hope you guys enjoy my little EBT video. I'm also going to be donating some food. I got to situate that. I did post it on a couple of places. I'm waiting to hear back for some people to see what happens. But I hope you enjoy my grocery haul. This isn't everything, but I showed what I could because it was just too much.
Kolayim la Yahweh Bashim Shah Bashim Kakadash double honor to the Apostle Osgreen Millstone Peace Citation Ophalek Shalom. Yeah, man, these people are really through. You can see these people celebrating in their videos. Some of them even having some music videos. You even see there's even videos I've seen of some people just dancing and, you know, celebrating about the fact that, you know, the EBT is back. These people are just really stupid, man. And the thing is that, like, they're doing all this flashing their EBT. Some people are stupid enough to even show you how much they're getting in EBT and bragging about how much they have on social media like idiots. You know what I mean? These people are dumb. And then the thing is that, what if somebody who comes across your video, you know, what if they don't have their EBT? Or what if their benefits, you know, got stripped away recently, or they just don't have EBT at all, and they're just pretty much in a position where they're broke? Because you have some people in that predicament where, you know, I've seen some memes where they show you that taxpayers, you know, people that work, that they're only able to get like a quarter of groceries. Like, let's say have their shopping cart a quarter full, compared to people who actually got EBT and they have their whole cart, you know, completely full. You know, sometimes they probably have damn near 2 carts full and they don't even work. But you see, the government is the ones that do that shit so they could put people against each other, you know. And this could very well lead to, you know, 2nd Ezra 15 verse 16, of course, because the simple fact that you got people, you know, they're seeing that on social media there's people that don't work and they're flexing with EBT. And of course, the ones who are mostly welfare recipients are, Edomites, because especially Amalekites, because they show you that the ones who are on Section 8, of course, is mainly Amalek, and then you got the rest of the Edomites that's on that, as compared to Jake. But Esau have it to where, like, for the Jakes that's on it, he got the propaganda going out to make it look like, Jake is mostly the recipient, and he have it to where he's gonna strip some of those benefits from people, even from his own people, just so that he could point fingers at Jake and make it look like it's the migrants that's coming over here when they're the ones who brought the migrants over here. You see shit like that. Esau does that stuff so that he could stir up contention amongst people, and eventually that it could lead to a civil war at some point. So, scriptures say that how, we not ignorant of Satan's devices, of course, for the ones that have the understanding of this truth. As for these other people that don't, they're through. Anyways, I'm gonna bring out some scriptures, Lord willing, makes us less edifying, because you really got a lot of these dumbass people that, it's really irksome to where they're celebrating in pride, and they should have just cut the EBT off for the month and see how far things go, because these people need to be humbled. Anyways, just saying, Isaiah chapter 30 verse 1, it says, woe to the rebellious children with the Lord, saith the Lord, that take counsel but not of me, and that cover with a covering but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not acts at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. And part of the trust that they have is really in the country's government, of course, because if the government is shut down, they may not be able to receive some of their paychecks if they work for certain sectors of the federal government, or so, if they work in some government regulated jobs, or there's some companies that may be affected by it and they may not pay their workers and all that shit, like how they were doing with the TSA, and they may even get affected by getting laid off or some shit, so this is why you shouldn't have your trust fully in this place, because there's just shit that just doesn't go your way all the time, and it's not gonna go the way you always expect, so that's the reason why, like, we mostly have our trust in this truth. And these people in this world, it's like they abuse the world and they don't understand that the Lord is not really for this place, and part of the trust that these people have for Egypt is the fact that with the welfare system, they pretty much being a welfare recipient, and once they receive those benefits, these people, they get to the point where they like, celebrating, and they post it on social media like fucking idiots, even the shit that they buy. And these people are through, and their pride is elevated because they feel like, they really think deep down in their bugged out minds that this country is never going to go down. You know what I'm saying? That's what they think. And of course, if they come across videos like this, well, just to point the bad news and put it out there, this country is going down, and very soon they're just gonna clip the system and say you're gonna have to get the MOTB in order for you to get back your EBT and your Section 8. So they're gonna hit people from like that, and they're gonna keep experimenting on you people, because eventually you people will give in to their plan, and you will give in to their New World Order, because they're gonna just cut off the conveniences and continuously experiment with you dumbass people, so they could get y'all to comply. And of course, they know they're gonna have to do it slowly. And if they cut the EBT and, you know, the Section 8 and all that shit, if they were to cut that, you know, it would be good in a sense, because of the simple fact that a lot of these women that are single, they'll just be running to, you know, find them a companion, you know, a man of the Lord, you know, chiefly. And it will pretty much cut that pride of them thinking that they don't need a man. So that will pretty much put an end to all that shit in due time, you know. Because imagine when people just recently got homeless, and people that are, you know, hungry for the simple fact that they don't have the government benefits that they were once were receiving. That's going to eventually make people commit crime just off of survival, you know, off of the people who are in upper middle class, or maybe just upper class, you know, neighborhoods or so, and they have that, you know, good income. So yeah, so it's gonna put people in desperate, you know, states in life, and they're gonna have to eventually fight back for what they once received, and by way of just doing petty crimes to each other. And in Isaiah 31 verse 1, it says, "Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses, and trust in chariots, because there are many, and their horsemen, because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord. Yet he also is wise, and will bring evil, and will not call back his words, but will arise against the house of the evildoers, and against the help of them that work iniquity. Now the Egyptians are men, and not God, and their horses flesh, and not spirit. When the Lord Yahweh shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they all shall fail together." So yeah, so at the end of the day, when the Lord bring this place down, and even if the government seems like they're gonna try to do some shit, you know, to help you people out, it's not gonna be to, you know, it's gonna be to no avail. Let's just say that, because at some point, you know, this system is gonna crash, you know, and the system is just pretty much you know, it's in so much debt to the point where they can't pay that debt off. You know, this country, America's in debt to so many other countries, especially China. Probably China being the number one. And then it's like, you know, you got it to where inflation is at its highest. So yeah, these people, they really through. And another precept I want to bring out, this is Ecclesiastes 7 verse 2. It says that it's better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting, that it is the end of all men, and the living will lay to his heart. And you know, these people, you know, they were mourning at one point when they heard that the EBT was going to be down, and the SNAP was going to, you know, not be available for the month of November. And you already know Thanksgiving is on that month, of course. And you have it to where, like, these people, you know, when you have your hopes in this place, I mean, yeah, you are in the house of mirth, you know. And you know what I'm saying, like, you're gonna pretty much be in that state of just what they call it, the blissful ignorance state. You know how they say ignorance is bliss. So these people, they rather be in that position, and of course they rather be in the house of mirth, because they're just gonna be in a uncontrolled, undisciplined, you know, position in life where they just feel like they don't need to listen to, take heed to what the prophets are saying, and they just continuously just doing whatever pleases their flesh, you know. And that's the reason why the Lord has to send judgment to this place, because he has to bring that balance to get these people from committing such iniquities, you know, because iniquities is an unequal amount of sins, and that's what you expect from people who's in the house of mirth. You know, they're just sinning left and right because they're only going to be about the flesh. You know what I mean? And of course, like, you know, there's things that we do in the flesh in general that we go off on at some points, but there's just some things that's possible to keep, you know, in terms of like serving the Lord. And, you know, you want to just be as righteous as possible. You know what I mean? And these people, they just abuse the grace period, and they abuse the iniquities that they do, and they just go way above and beyond, you know? So that's why they're foolish, because they don't understand that scriptures say in Ecclesiastes, I believe it's 8 and 11, that, you know, though a sinner may do sin 100 times, that, you know, the Most High is going to eventually judge that sinner. You know what I mean? And he's not going to get away with doing all those wickedness. And in verse 3 it says, sorrow is better than laughter, for by sadness of the countenance the heart is made better. And you know, of course, you know, when you go through a lot of things that, you know, put you in that house of mourning, you know, that state, you pretty much wouldn't be committing such iniquities as people that's in the house of mirth do. So of course, the reason why these people in the house of mirth is committing such iniquities at such an you know, at abundant how do I put it, another word will be an exorbitant amount of sins here that they're committing. You know, they pretty much they feel like they're protected and sanctioned because, you know, the government is doing good, and the government, you know, pretty much giving them these benefits, so they feel like, you know, who's gonna really take them down? And that's where they, you know, thought wrong, because now you see, to every time, you know, like Ecclesiastes 3, the 3rd chapter said there's a time and place for everything, and very soon there's going to be a time for judgment. And while you profited in your wickedness, the Lord is long suffering, scripture says. So you're going to really be there to make sure your ass suffer. And when the Lord flips them houses and turns the tables from the ones that were in the house of feasting and the house of mirth, they're very soon going to be in the house of mourning, and it's going to be a whole bunch of sorrows for them. And it's going to forcefully be that way on them. And those conveniences that they, you know, that was so easy for them to attain at one point, he's not going to have it to where they're going to have to take the MOTB, and then they're going to take that, and then eventually the Lord going to jack their asses up still, you know? So, because it's like they have been so comfortable with committing such abominations with their life, so they're going to try to run to this devil Esau for more comfort and conveniences, and eventually their asses are just going to get judged. And it says in verse 4, the heart of the wise is in the house of the mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. Right. And you know, like I said, when you in the house of mirth, you just, you know, you feasting, you pretty much you know, committing all type of abominations and iniquities, because, you know, you're not in the mindset of pretty much being mindful of what, you know, the Lord really wants from us, you know. And very soon, like I said, all these people that's celebrating with their EBT, they better have as much fun as possible, because, you know, it's going to come to a point where the government is going to really just cut it and shut the system down. And you know, you're going to expect to see a lot more of these people that's celebrating on EBT. They're going to pretty much try to be on social media, you know, complaining and sorrow, and we're going to be able to just make videos on it about how they took away the EBT and all that shit and benefits. And very soon there's going to be a time where you ain't going to have social media around either, because social media is just temporary too, you know. that's another convenience this government is going to take away very soon, and they're just going to clip it. Because at the end of the day, that's another reason why these people are also that proud too, because they have the internet to vent and to complain to multiple other people out there on. And very soon, when they shut the power grids and that global reset, they may very well just have it to where you're going to have to take the MOTP just for you to even operate on social media and just using the internet in general. So yeah, all you people and your benefits and your conveniences is gonna very soon come to an end at some point, and the Most High, He just gonna have it to where you people are just you're gonna listen, and probably watch the videos more and be out on the highways and byways and seek the prophets more, as your benefits is not there and it's not available as much. And you'll be lucky if you could even find the prophets at that time. You know what I mean? When they shut the benefits off, and even when they shut the internet off in general. Because of course, when the famine of the word hits, you're gonna have the famine of bread and water. And that's gonna be another famine too. So, at that point, it's really up to the Lord if He wants to have enough mercy on you to even make you see the prophets and put in the spirit of the prophet to have mercy on you, or because at the end of the day, it's ultimately up to the Heavenly Father to make that decision if you get to be endowed with this knowledge and understand it or not. So without further ado, I'd like to say, call him La Yahweh Bashem Ashab Bashem Kakadash, Tabana Tabas, El Great Moso, Peace, I see you for Shalom.